Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to New York Red Bulls Media Availability. Preview the New York Red Bulls match against Charlotte FC on Saturday. We're joined by New York Red Bulls head coach Sandro Schwarz. As always, use the raise hand function, and I'll call you ask coach a question. We'll start with questions in the room. First thing I saw was George. George, when I start recording, floor is yours.
Oh, that was a fight here.
No,
Recording
not a
in progress.
Coach, the window's closed, a little bit of a break. How do you feel about what you have going in the rest of the way, towards the playoffs and everywhere we sit on the standings and everything?
Yeah, when I have seen the last 2 weeks after our Leagues Cup tournament, especially in our training session, especially the mentality of the whole team, of the whole staff, just very well. So we are looking forward now for the game to start the final third in our season, and it starts now with a very difficult game in Charlotte, but yeah, it was very good, very well. The behavior on the field, off the field, and it's good now that we can start in 2 days the last period of the season.
Next one, Mark.
Red Bull fans are obviously eager to see Filipe Carbo. Understand that obviously with international players there's timing issues and paperwork that needs to be done. When do you anticipate seeing him here?
Yeah, we will see. Our team management made also a great job the last days, and hopefully we can see him as quick as possible. So, but yeah, this is the rule with all these documents, and we are not the only club to fill out these documents. So we have to wait, but our team management will do everything. For sure, he will be not available for Saturday for this game, and yeah, and hopefully we can see him next week. We will see.
Next one, Anthony.
Coach, it's been a few days since your last game. A lot of chances for guys to get healthy. How are Emil Forsberg doing, Peter Stroud, and any update as well on Sergeant Goma?
Yeah, for example, and you mentioned it. It's exactly like Peter Stroud, Sergeant Goma is like for us new players, to be honest. And Peter Stroud was at the beginning of the season was a very important player for us, and then he got this injury, and now he is 2 weeks or 10 days in our team training after this break which we had after Leagues Cup, and he's in a very good spot. But we have to decide now if it's now clear for Saturday in Charlotte now, and this is what we have to decide tomorrow. Sergeant Goma was his first team training session Monday, so 4 days ago. Also very well in the whole medical stuff during this period. With the injuries of Serge and Peter Stroud, they made a great job, and we have seen this directly in the first team training session of these guys. So, but I think they will be not able now for 100% for Saturday. This is what we have to decide tomorrow. And Emil also great progress in his injury period now, and but he will be for sure out for Saturday, and we will see then next week how is the situation.
Go back to Anthony.
And along the same lines, Leagues Cup, those two games were very much almost like a preview of the MLS Cup Playoffs and the format. How do you think your team responded in these must-win scenarios? The only reason why you lose is because of penalty kicks. How do you think your team, both with rotation and how they reacted to those moments?
But first of all, we have 9 games in the regular season. So and after these 9 games, this is our job then to make the first step, the qualification for the playoffs. And this is it starts now with the first game in Charlotte. Then we have the second game, Philly, home game with our supporters, and this is also then very well to feel our supporters then in the stadium in this last period of the season. This is could be a big point for us, especially in our home games. So, but first of all, we start in Charlotte. 9 games in the regular season, and then we have to make big steps, important steps, game by game, and then for the qualification, and for sure in Leagues Cup, these 2 games it was unlucky, especially with the 5th penalty in both games. So that we analyzed this for a short moment, but what I mentioned at the beginning of the press conference, the training session, the behavior of the group, the energy, all this, that was very well, and now we are looking forward for Saturday.
Go back to George.
As much as nobody wants to lose, is there a little bit of a relief that you guys were done early because you had a little bit of extra rest before getting into this last part of the season?
We will see. I can only analyze now our mood, our attitude now, and when I see every day our team, and it seems that was important to have a short moment this break, but of course we wanted to win these games against Toronto and Pachuca, and especially against Pachuca. For me, and I analyzed this directly one day after the game, it was for me in defense behavior one of the best games in the organization, in our pressing, in our intensity, and we created a lot of chances. And now, and we spoke also very open with the team. Now it's the moment also that we score in our chances, that we have a clear behavior in our defending, in our box defending, because this is now the last period of the season, and and if you want to be successful, then you need these moments in the game to bring these games on your side, and this is on one side to defend very strong, and then on the other side of the field is to score in these moments.
Next, we go to Daniel Fernstein on Zoom.
Good afternoon, Sandro. Hope you're well and rested. Talk about John Tolkien's performance in the Olympics. How do you think he did, and what do you think he can do to incorporate that play back with the 9 games remaining in the regular season?
Yeah, for me it was very well, his individual performance, and also the under-23 Olympic teams from USA. They played very well the most of the time in these games, with a clear structure, with a clear idea. And Jamai was important part of this team, and this is what I said, was very good what I have seen on TV. And I spoke, was yesterday or 2 days ago, I spoke with him, and now we need him as well in the best spot, in his best attitude, with the highest level of energy, because he has the quality with the ball, he has the technique, he has the first touch, especially in our offense moments. And this is necessary now to come in the rhythm also in our season, in our last games now, and we need him in a best top spot now for us.
Next, we go to Daniel Rebane on Zoom.
You got
How you doing,
some
Sandro?
reminders here.
Just talking about off the pitch a bit. One of your best friends, Marco Roso, was in town with RB Leipzig. Just talking about that experience, to have him over here in the States for the first time, and anything you guys kind of talked about, kind of helping you for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it was not, to be honest, was not the first time that I have seen him here. He was a couple weeks, or I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. He visited me with some friends. It was also very nice, to be honest, these days. And yeah, it was good for, I think, for the whole club, for Red Bull, for all of us to come together, to spend time together, and for sure to have a lot of conversations about soccer, about marketing, about everything then, and to keep the connection all together with these both clubs. And I think it was a great experience for the whole team, and of course, and it's also then good to see when you see your best friend personally, not only by phone or by video call, and also my kids, my whole family was also very happy to see.
Next, we go to Voss on Zoom.
How's it going, Coach? Hope you got some good amount of rest. I just wanted to ask you on the opponent on tonight. Charlotte, a little bit of a different few faces around the team now, with Paul comparison back to FPL. How has the team prepared for this?
I'm not sure if I give now the right. I'm not sure that I give now the right answer because of your question, because I can't hear it. But let me talk about Charlotte. I think this is the best option now. Charlotte, it's for me. It's a very good team, as a team, individual, with a lot of good players. Then also with the strikers, with the winger players, and sometimes they play with the structure 4-3-3, sometimes it's 4-2-3-1, then the situation in their build-up. They are flexible in some moments. Sometimes build up with 2 center backs. Sometimes the 6 position drop back between center backs. Sometimes between fullback, center back. So very flexible team, and it's a good team. We are playing on turf on Saturday. I think this is also, we had one experience in New England. To be honest, this was not the best experience, but this is the environment for Saturday, and we have to be ready and against a very good team.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Coach. First, we'll go to Christian Ortiz, and then we'll finish up with Michael Batista. Christian, you have the floor.
Hi, good afternoon, Coach. The last couple of weeks, the club was attempting to recruit a U22 striker. Unfortunately, that deal wasn't completed. What is the club's plan moving forward? Is there perhaps an option in the free agency?
Everyone, to be honest, and I know, and I can understand also the discussions, because this is also a part of our life, that the supporters and also media, that they are talking about, okay, what can happen in the transfer window. This is a part, and this is normal, and everyone, what I can say is everyone can be sure that we are doing all the best with our roster now, with our players, with the injuries players who's coming back now, which is the feeling for us that they are also new players. Don't forget that, please. And for sure, we analyze and to improve our roster. Now we have Filipe Carbo, and I'm very happy that he's coming to us with his experience, with his skills, with his quality, and and we are analyzing also all positions. And I don't want to talk only about the striker, and for sure, this was also a part in our conversations in the club, what we can do with the strikers, something like that. So, but at the end, we have to be 100% confident what we are doing in every transfer window. It's not only now in this summer, and also in the next and in next year, because we have here strict rules, and it's necessary to analyze everything. And sometimes it doesn't fit because maybe of the financial side or something like that. But this is the part. But now we have a lot of good players. We have a lot of good quality. So if you see our ranking in the league, especially when you see, and we analyze this as well, when you see the expected points, for example, I think then we are on the first in the table. So, and for sure we can improve. For sure we can score more goals in our chances. So this is what I said, and what we analyzed. This is necessary now in these last 9 games, and this is our plan. And I'm convinced about that. The most important transfer is not only in person, is the training session, and this is what we have to improve, and for sure to talk about what can we improve in the next transfer window or something like that, but not to think about only to buy a striker, or only to buy a 6th position, or only to buy a center back, because everyone expects that. I think this is not good, and this is also not our identity or our philosophy.
And we'll finish up with Michael Batista.
Hey, Coach. Hope you rested up real well over the break.
But the rest day, this was not holidays. Don't forget it, please.
Well, after the Pachuca loss, another Red Bull team was playing, Red Bulls 2, and with Red Bull this year, a lot of injuries, a lot of international call-ups. Your group has been using a lot of short-term loans. And I'm just curious, over the month, I won't call it a break, I will call it a month, has anyone from your staff or you, has anyone been watching those Rebel 2 games and seen anyone that's really stepped up and caught your eye with their performances?
For sure. This is our Ibra, the head coach of our second team, is our assistant coach, so he's involved in every training session of us. And we are every week in the conversation who deserved which player from the second team deserves the training session in the first team, and we had a lot of players now, especially in the Leagues Cup also, when some players were sitting on the bench during our Leagues Cup games, and me as a person with my assistant coaches, we watched our home games from the New York Red Bulls too. So we are very good in the conversation with all of us, and this is also our identity and our philosophy to develop all these guys.
Coach, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.